There are some voices in you that needs to be released, and you need to get them away because they've been destroying your life. Yeah, I'm talking about those voices that continually make you doubt yourself. Did you just hear what I just said? These voices that come onto you that continually make you doubt yourself. How about the voices that made you shrink? Did you just hear what I just said? How about the voices that made you over-explain? These are voices you deal with right now. The voices that make you question your worth. I want you to be honest with me tonight. When is the last time have you thought you wasn't worth nothing? When is the last time have you had a worth question? And it's like, man, I don't even know what I do if it's worth it. I don't even know if I'm valuable because this person don't see my real love. This person don't see my effort. I don't know if I'm worth nothing. There are some people that is listening to me right now. Every time somebody bring up something about worth, you quench. Because in the inside, you think you're not worth anything because you're listening to the wrong voice. That voice been telling you you're not enough. That voice been telling you that you're not valuable. That voice, because somebody got mad at you and they started talking some stuff. I'm just saying. This is real life. This is real life. How about the voices that made you feel like you being in peace is wrong? You ignoring the gossip and you ignoring certain things and you going about your way. Sometimes you feel like those voices, you feel like that's wrong, but these are voices you need to release. Can you be honest though? There's a lot of people you don't want to be honest with yourself, that you have internal voices. You don't want to sound crazy. You don't want to sound like weird, but it's the truth. You got things inside right now that is really floating in your mind. Yeah. You still got these old voices that made you believe fear. And now you believe in the fear, you believe in the gossip, you believe in bad advice. There's voices in you that make you believe in bad advice. There's voices in you that make you sometimes believe in false narratives. That believes in opinions more than truth. Oh, you don't believe me, right? You don't believe me, right? This is how media controls the narrative. They know that most people will believe an opinion before they see the truth. They know that most people will believe a false narrative before they believe the truth. This is how it's been for years. And you do your research. Sometimes they use the church to lie to the people. Sometimes they use any community growth that they can to lie. It's just it, because gossip sells. But what when that voice have made you do it? On the inside, the voice made you say, you know what? That lie got to be the truth. Yeah. That lie, I'm afraid now. There's many I'm talking to right now. You get on Reels right now and you just scroll for like 5 to 10 minutes and there's a reel gonna come up. And if it's something that is spreading fear, you gonna stop eating. You gonna be like, no, I heard them Roman noodles ain't good for you because I seen a reel and they showed me how they was made. Girl, we can't eat this no more. And I'm not saying that's not a good fear, but what I'm saying is it can be anything. This stuff is getting out of hand. Sometimes it can be like, girl, shoot, did you see that reel? Girl, they said eating watermelon bad for you now. They say, hey, eating green beans and salad, all the salad around the world is no good. I'm just talking about the voices that sometimes we have to release and sometimes we have to have a different pattern. I know. This can be funny, but I'm so serious. This is what we all go through. Yeah, this is what we go through. But tonight we're going to release these voices that were never assigned to lead our life. Did you just hear what I just said? That's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to release these voices that was never assigned to lead our life. Fear was not, I was not designed, and it was never assignment for God for my life to be led by fear. You either. It was never God's design for you to be led by an opinion or for you to be led by a false narrative. And this is why this is our Friday night reset tonight. Yeah. So again, I want you to share this tonight because this is going to be very, very powerful for some people. I want to leave you with a quote real quick. I want you to write this down. Some voices did not just speak to you. They started shaping you. Did you just hear what I just said? Some voices did not just speak to you. They started shaping you. But tonight we're going to take our power back. I want you to come in right now. If you're on one accord with me tonight, I want you to come in. I'm taking my power back. That's what I want to see in the comments. I am taking my power back. Yeah. I'm taking my power back. Because see, you are realizing that some voices, they really shaped you. But I want to know who's bold enough to say, I'm taking my power back. See, this is a practice that you have to do. You have to release. You don't have to go to church to release like this. This is something you can do every day because this is not church. You're just using the power of your voice. You're using the power of your words because out of your mouth is life and death. And if you never speak these things, you can never get to the next level. I'm just saying, you have power in you. And it's time for you to learn how to use it. So Friday nights, that's what we do. We come on here and we release things we've been talking about all week. We release these things. But before we go deeper, I want you to just slow down tonight. I want you to breathe. I want you to relax. I want you to really get present. And I want you to really get honest. Because see, when you release stuff, it is not about pretending it did not affect you. No, it's not about that. When you releasing is telling the truth. I'm just saying. Releasing is telling the truth. Yeah. Telling the truth about what affected you without letting it keep owning you. This is some powerful stuff that I think you should really pay attention to. This could literally change your life. Some of you are not just carrying pain. You are carrying voices. Yeah. Voices of what they said. Voices of what they assumed. Yeah. I'm just saying. This is real life. This is real life. Voices of why they criticized you and what they said. And some of you are carrying voices of what they whispered. I'm just saying. Some of you right now, you are carrying voices of what they called you. See, they called you some things. I'm just saying. What? You are even carrying voices of what they said, and it made you believe. You made it believe. You actually believed that about yourself. So now it's like they said you was this and you believe it. They said you was never good enough and you believe you were never good enough. They said sometimes you carry the little simplest things. That's why I say, bro, don't ever say she big. Don't ever say if she put on that dress, hey, look, hey, bro, I'm just telling you right now, because if you say if she just a little thick a little bit, oh, she fat. And look, she ain't gonna let you make it either. Every day She gonna say, I remember what you said. You said I was fat, but you didn't say that. I'm just saying. Sometimes it's weird how these voices, it's weird how sometimes you can hear one thing and it mean another thing. I'm just saying. But on a serious note, when somebody have told you something, you believe it. You start to believe it about yourself. And the dangerous thing about this is the dangerous thing about these voices, and you start believing this stuff so long. The dangerous thing that if you hear this long enough, you may start thinking it's your own thoughts. Did you just hear what I just said? Yeah. When you keep hearing this, you will start taking this thing like, oh, that's really my own thoughts. This is the real, because you've been hearing it so long. If you hear it long enough, sometimes you will call these lies about you, you start calling it wisdom. If you hear criticism long enough, you'll start calling it humility. I'm just saying. If you hear gossip long enough, you'll start calling it the truth. This is why things are so ran in the media today. They can run a lie and a narrative, and the simple-minded will just believe it. You'll be like, yeah, that's the truth. You heard what happened. There's a lot of celebrities right now, literally right now to this day, their reputation have been destroyed by lies. Because somebody in a higher place did not want them to be seen. Somebody in a higher place will say, you know what? We're going to make something happen. This thing is going to get out in the media. And guess what? Everybody is going to call it the truth. This happens right now in our communities. This happened right now in some of our families. This happened right now in some of the broken marriages. Girl, did you hear about what Lionel did? He did it, girl. Before you know it, the whole street talking. Lionel ain't no good, girl. He done went down there, put his hands on that woman. And I just talked to Lionel, and he said he ain't have nothing to do with none of that. I'm just saying. He said, bro, I wasn't even there in the flesh, bro. I don't even know what they talk. She stay in Alaska, bro. She stay all the way in Alaska, bro. I never been to Alaska, bro. That's what he said. She stay all the way in Alaska, and he stay in Florida. And somehow they say he put his hands on her. Never been with the girl in Alaska. So this is what happens. If you hear gossip long enough, you start calling it the truth. I'm just saying. If you hear limitations long enough, you start calling it reality. Yeah, like, oh, it's too hard to get money. It's too hard to really get a job that works. It's really too hard. Oh my goodness. This just brings me to so many memories right here where men say, I have to have this woman to work because it's too hard. And you say, look, it's hard, man. I can't figure anything else out. And the question I ask brothers that talk like this, I say, well, what have you done outside your job? What have you learned outside your job? Have you gave your real true ability to learn something else? And most of the time it's a no. Because they've been telling themselves they limited for so long a time. Well, I didn't come from money. I didn't come from this. I didn't come from that. So now you calling this your point in your life, your woman working harder than you, you call it reality. Because you have put a limitation on yourself. This happens not just financially, but this happens literally, emotionally, spiritually. If you hear this, if this voice is trying to put a limit on your growth, long enough, you're going to say, this is just my reality. Girls say this all the time. I can't do no better. This is the best that I can do. And if you hear this in your mind long enough, you're going to say, look, I'm going to stay in this abusive relationship because I don't think I can do better. You're going to say, I'm going to stay in this situation. You know, I'm miserable, girl. Lionel ain't treating me right. Girl, I'm tired. Now, this, I'm just saying, because he got so many of them. I'm just saying, he ain't treating you right. And this, girl, I can't do no better than Lionel, though, girl. Yeah, once you, Lionel rad, girl. I'm limited, girl. Can't nobody make me feel how Lionel make me feel. This is what you say. And if you hear this limitation long, Lionel touched that spot, girl. See, ain't many can touch that spot like Lionel, girl. I'm just saying, these are limitations that literally you set in your mind and you be like, I can't get no better. Come on now, bro. Tell the truth. Tell the truth, bro. Tell the truth. You be getting these limitations where you feel like you can't get nobody better than your chick, fam. You be like, look, I can't get nobody better, bro. Like, I'm just me. Maybe you got a dad bod and you might feel like, look, I'm just limited. But you keep telling yourself these limitations. I can never be this and I can never look like that. And before you know it, your excuse is, this is my reality. I'm just saying. Before you know it, you are going to say, this is my reality. I think I read a comment. Somebody says single life is better. Uh-oh. You know what? I gotta say something. I'm sorry. It has to come out. I'm sorry. It has to come out. I would agree with you if I didn't believe in good men. I would agree with you and I would say, look, I think it's probably better, for you to be single. But sometimes that type of terminology, just hear me out. All right. Just hear me out. Let me speak. Cause they going in on me right now. It is. Single life is better than. What if that's a limitation that you've set for yourself? Because no relationship have been a good relationship for you. Because everybody that you chose to deal with was not healed. Maybe you wasn't healed. Maybe there was a learning curve where you didn't set a standard. And so your heart was so broken. Just maybe. You say single life is better. So if I ask a question and I say, if God really brought you a helpmate where a man is in your life, he pay all your bills, y'all a perfect team, single life is better? What every woman that I know that I've met, most of them say, look, I would desire and love a man that can love me right. And where I don't have to worry about how I'm gonna provide, and I can just be a mom and I can just live in my feminine energy and I could travel and I could really just be a great person and really rely on his help and really just build with him, have some solid stuff. Because this single life, some people, you brag on this single life like it's the world. You say, single life is better. I don't know about you, but most people in the world, they desire to have a helpmate. This world is hard. You mean to tell me you want to get up in your older age and you want to just pass away alone? You don't want nobody when you get old? You don't want to have no companion? Lionel said he ain't going nowhere. He might, no, let me quit. But I'm serious. Listen to what I'm saying, because I had to really, I'm sorry. I got to stop before we get to therapy to really talk about this, because somebody jumped in these comments and said single life is better. I disagree. I'm sorry. You mean to tell me it's better for you to be single if you got children, so you don't need a man to come in and be a father to lead your children? See, most of the times, this is what you tell yourself when you've been hurt and when you have a real limitation and you keep telling yourself this same stuff. That most of the time, it's a voice of bitterness. Most of the time. Now, maybe it's not you. Maybe it's not you. Just maybe it's not you. You feel like, yo, it's more peaceful. Now, I gotta be honest with this. I gotta be honest. Now, if you're gonna be a eunuch and you want to devote yourself to God and you don't want to have any type of intimacy. Now, I agree with you wholeheartedly, because at that point, God is your only source. He's your only. That means you can't go out here touching nobody. That means you can't go out here and have no fun. But if you are telling me you want to get out here and have a single life, but still have the ability to touch other people and get nasty with other people, but you want to be single, what happens when you get pregnant? What happens? See, I don't think people really be thinking about this sometimes. I'm just saying. I want you to really think about what I'm saying. You just said it's better to be single. Now, if you're going to be with God and you're going to live a sanctified life, that means, look, you cutting that out. You like, I don't want none of that in my life. You saying, look, you can't no longer say you're going to see Lionel about a horse. You can't no longer say that no more. Yeah, you can't think like that no more. Now you got to be like, you know what? Single life is best for me. I just don't want to fool with no man. Hey, I agree with that. I will agree with that, because you know what? That means that you're going to be with God all the time. That means, look, you ain't got to worry about satisfying nobody but God. You good, you by yourself, you don't have that. But if you trying to have fun right now, like if you trying to feel good, you think it's good to just be single. You ain't in no commitment. Nobody is committed. You setting yourself up for failure with that type of mentality. I would tell my daughter, is you crazy? I understand, girl, you done got your heart broke. I don't understand, but you have to realize you got to heal first. I just feel like that type of mentality, if you want to be intimate with somebody, to say single life is better. Why do you say that though? Because I'm going to tell you why a man say that. Can I be real with you? Can I be real? Can I really just be real? I just want to be so honest right now. I want to tell the absolute truth. You know what I mean? Cause I'm gonna tell you why men say it. Men say they want to be single because they want to play. They want body after body after body. It's a thrill. I get to send you home, shawty. You feel me? I ain't got no ties with you. You feel me? Like, I ain't gotta be faithful to you. Just know when I call that phone, I need you to answer that phone and I need you to come see me. Hey, look, I'm single though. And the same women that they say they want to be single with, these women fall too. They fall in love, and now there's a cycle. I was messing with this dude, and I thought maybe one day he would propose, or not propose. I thought maybe one day he would want to be my girlfriend, but he's saying he don't want to. But after you done gave everything up, let me tell you something. Like, it is an absolute trap. It is an absolute trap. I'm just saying, it's a long trap, because these same men get older and be like, young buck, I'm just trying to settle down. Like, man, I done ran through so many, bro. Like, I just wanna, find somebody that's gonna love me, dog. And I wanna build a good life. I wanna take a vote right now. Now, this may just be me talking, but we had Somebody get on this live tonight. When I was talking about these voices that are in our head, and sometimes if you hear limitations long enough, you start calling it reality, right? Now, while in the midst I was saying this, somebody said that single life is better. If you believe single life is better, put a yes. If you believe single life is not better, put a no. I just want to take a vote. I just want to, if you believe the single life is better, hold on. You know what? Single life and you can't touch nobody. You can't touch nobody. You got, it's just you and God. I mean, yeah, you know, yeah. But if you believe, okay, I'm just, go ahead, answer. I'm looking at these comments. I see no. Yes. I see a few yeses. Okay. No. Let's keep going. Let's go. Because I want to just know, because this might be a limitation. You don't want a man to pay your bills, shawty. You don't want a man to take care of you. You don't want a man to be responsible to be a man. I'm sorry. I don't know. All right. I'm still reading. No. Okay. Single life celibate. Okay. All right. Our free agent. No. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I can't be single. I'm telling you, cause hey, I gotta scratch out, y'all. I'm talking about, look here. Hey, I can't go back. Once you get a taste, you can't go back. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Brothers be talking about some man, I'm a eunuch now, bro. God bless you. I'm sorry, bro. Hey, I can't do it, dog. I got to have me some. Maybe it's just me. And then you say the single life is better. These be people who got kids half the time. So you mean to tell me you don't want nobody else that raise your kids but you? I know it's just not me. Am I tripping? I know I can't be tripping. I'm just trying to make it make sense. You say that single life. Okay, so let me ask another question. Before we start our release tonight, let me ask another question. Why do most people say the single life is better? Why do most people say a single life is better? Because you done already heard what I had to say. Why do most people, okay, it's a headache, it's free, give females can just sleep with to keep their peace. Okay. Somebody says, LOL, I don't get how females can just sleep with, hold up, I don't get how females can just sleep with someone and have no connection. Hey, they out here throwing that thing back. Maybe they may be in a season of their life where they got hurt and they trying to find themselves, and sometimes they just want to feel good. I don't know, but if a whole life of that, there's so much I can say, because Lionel told me some things. Now, I ain't, let me say, I can't, somebody says I can't do it. Okay. Setting is not an option for me no more. Okay, you have to answer. Yeah, so let me see. Whoever cheat more allows that, okay. Lying, loyalty, is that okay? Helping first, so healing, find myself back. Okay, you have to move with strategy, not emotion. Okay, I give up. Okay, bet. So, so when I look, hold on, what she said? Oh, I thought they said a little something. I was gonna say Lionel, boy, hey, what's going on around here? Okay, let me say, majority of people were not genuine. So many people you say, I don't read single is freedom to be yourself, right? Single is freedom to be yourself, right? Okay. All right. I'd rather have a dog than a woman in my life for real. Dang. Whew. Now, hey, bro, God, what kind of Abraham? Now, why would you say that, bro? You would rather have a dog. Hold up, Abraham. Let's back up a minute. Hold up, Abraham. Hold up. I need you to keep talking. I need to understand. I need to understand, my brother. Like, you said you would rather have a dog than a woman in your life. Now I understand, because a man's best friend is a dog. I get it. But God, boy, a woman can do things that dog can't do, though, dog, when you really think about it. I'm serious. Like, see, all that dog is like, woo, that's it. And bark a little bit, rawr, rawr, rawr. Then they get that little, I'm serious. Abraham, hold up. We gotta bag this up. Hey, I'm sorry. Before we release tonight, I see right now we have some tension in the room with this single life right now. I don't know what is going on, but it's definitely a limitation that people have been telling themselves long enough, and you calling it reality. It's just better for me to be single. Oh, we got to release this tonight. I'm a woman who's been married and have been single. Okay. But my boy say he'll rather have a Abraham. Where you at, bro? If Abraham chat, look, hey, moderators, look. If Abraham say something, please pin his comment, please. Because I want to know, Abraham, why would you rather have a dog than have a woman? Boy, a woman can do some things, boy. Oh, a woman with that all too? That she got that all? Oh my God, what you talking about? Like, boy, look, what? A woman with that comeback? I'm talking about, Abraham, I just want to know. Like, she got that comeback. I'm talking about that can get your mind right. Like, you could be mad and sad and messed up all at the same time. But I'm talking about a woman that got that pop, that fire. You'd rather have a dog? Now, I can get it on a mature level when you're trying to say peace. But, bro, it's only so long Palmelina, bro, gonna just... I'm sorry, dog. Like, Palmelina only can go so far. You get tired. You get tired. You get tired. You get tired. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to figure out. Yes, you did start something, natural blessing. Yes, you started something tonight. Because look, the reason you started, I'm sorry I had to go here tonight. This is wasting a lot of the time. But look, I had to go here tonight because I'm talking about limitations people tell themselves. She put in the comments, I'm just meant to be single. I'd rather be single. And I'm like, wow, you would rather be single than to have a man. And now my boy on here saying he'll rather have a dog than to have a woman. What is going on? What is going on? You'd rather be single and he'll rather have a dog. Boy, I don't heard it all, boy. Hey, you know what? We might need to just, we might need to just give up tonight and just, that's crazy. Somebody said, I would rather have 3 cats than a man. Dang. Okay. Here go Abraham. I love my dogs, fam. For real. Pit bulls are the best dogs ever. Hey, I used to breed pits, big homie. I love dogs. I love them, but more than a woman though? No, I can't. A dog can, when I think about dogs, you ever hear them dogs be like, they be barking, roo, 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 roo. And then they got to get that little last bark out, roo. I don't understand. They be like, roo, roo. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand some language with dogs. I get it. They quiet. They don't talk. But I'm just saying, big homie, like, is you saying that from a hurt place? Or are you saying that like from a real place of like, you just don't have a need like for a woman? Now, I understand if you trying to like, be a eunuch or something, I get it. But I'm just trying to make sense of this. Or is this just a limitation? Because sometimes as men, when we've been hurt, when a woman have told us something and it makes our identity it shakes our identity. Sometimes we put a limitation on ourselves when we hear the neglect, when we hear the rejection, when we hear these things long enough, we start believing it's reality. And then you say, I don't need. Man, look, I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure it out. It's dating in 2026. Are you saying that from a healed place? You know, what is the experience? Like, I really want to know why. Like, I really want to know why. I really want to know why. Somebody says Mark, he needs therapy. Somebody says people try to convince themselves they don't need someone. I'm sorry, we gotta release that tonight. What kind of dog would he rather? Woo, Lord have mercy. Woo, boy. You heard what the man said, man. He said he want a pit bull, man. He said he want a pit bull, one that can just, grab you and lock on to you. You know what I'm saying? Grab you and lock on. He want a pit bull, man. All right. Says, what do you call it when someone lies to you and then makes you believe you the problem? Man, a narcissist, a gaslighter, that's what they do. That's simple. You need to go research that. They got a lot of videos on the internet about a narcissist. The deal is the pain just don't stop with the narcissist though. It's when you actually believe this stuff because it becomes the wrong voice. I'm just saying. Would he settle for a cougar? Hey, my boy. Hey, somebody want to know, bro. Somebody want to know, would you settle for a cougar instead? I don't know your situation, but somebody reaching out to you right now and they like, yo, Abraham, ain't his name Abraham? Hey, they like, bro, look, they say, Abraham, would you settle for a cougar instead? Now, hey, I don't know if you know. Boy, they say them cougars. Hey, they say them cougars got that. I'm just saying. Cause Lionel told me. I'm just saying. Let me be quiet. That's what Lionel told me. He said, boy, man, he said he had one. She was 78. Rocked his words. He said he ain't know what to do. He said he didn't even know it was possible. I said, boy, that is crazy. I said, boy, you don't pass, ain't you? I said, boy, I don't even know what kind of cougar you call that. I said, boy, you want to hold on. And that's what I said, 78. Lionel ain't playing no games. 78. Yeah, it's crazy, boy. He said 78. 78. And I said, boy, that's crazy, Lionel. Yeah. That boy went out and got him a senior cougar. I'm just saying. They say they got that fire. I'm just saying, man. Woo! Tonight has been an interesting night. Tonight is supposed to be a night we release. What in the world are we talking about tonight? This is crazy. I'm just saying. She shouldn't have never have said that the single life is better than being with somebody who love. I don't know. You should have never said that. So you woke up some limitations tonight that a lot of people go through, but I appreciate you for that. Yeah, I appreciate you for that. Cause we trying to get into a real serious, releasing, and affirming things in our lives. And how many other people really feel like that though? And we took a poll, we said yes and no, yes and no. Somebody says, so why do men stop being intimate? Well, maybe I need to talk on that too. If a man stop being intimate with you, there's several reasons. I'm a man, so I'm gonna speak from this. Well, number one, it can be because he'll rather have peace than not touch you. That's number one. Now that can go a long way, because sometimes you might think it's all about, oh, he don't want to touch me because he got another woman. No, sometimes he really want peace. And every time he deal with you and get physical with you, you just get worse and worse. And it's like, bro, I would rather have my peace than to put that on her. And then now she going crazy again. It's number one. Now, number two, he got somebody for sure. He got somebody for sure. I'm sorry. He done got somebody throwing that fire on him, and he don't want you no more. And that's the reality. And sometimes it hurt. Sometimes it hurt. It hurt because the reality is somebody out here, is really, he don't really got emotional with, and they have gotten enough. They have gotten him to the place in his mind to where he don't feed off your emotional energy no more. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to believe that, but it's the truth. Number one, he want peace, and he'll rather not touch you to have peace, because every time he do, he'll rather choose his peace over pleasure. Because when he touch you, you get crazy, you start tripping, you start going through things. Ooh, that's a big old spider there. Where that thing come from? But yeah. And then the second thing, I'm just being real. He found somebody else, shout. And he wearing somebody else out. And you gotta be like real with clarity, Or third option, he might be fasting or something. He might be telling God he don't really want to do it no more, because y'all might not be married or something. And he might have given his life to God for real, and he just trying to clear his, he just saying, look, I'd rather do things the right way. Maybe he a good guy, he done got saved, something like that. He fasted. Sometimes you gotta fast, especially when you ain't married. You gotta fast. You gotta be like, look, I'm trying to go a different direction. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Maybe it's just me, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But if he ain't telling you, somebody say, oh, his stamina gone. Now I don't know nothing about that, because I ain't never had no stamina issues my whole life. So I would have to get an expert on stamina issues, because stamina I don't know, man. I really wouldn't know what to say on that one. I would have to go do a little research on that one. Well, y'all, the comments is cutting up, and then somebody say, oh, maybe he like men. Oh my, y'all is, I don't know what to do. Tonight is supposed to be a positive night tonight. But see, look at the voices that I'm listening to. See, we've been in a series all week. Y'all telling on y'allself. See, I know I'm in the right season in my life right now. I know because look what's going on right now. Look at all of these voices. All of these voices we've been talking about this week, shaping y'all lives. People on here talking about they'd rather have a dog than a woman saying she'll rather be alone than to be with a man, and all kind of things. These voices that we hearing these voices, and we start believing this stuff. It becomes reality. You be like, yo, how is it? I be like, yo, man, what's up, dog? Hey, where your girl at, man? Oh, it's just me and my dog. Yeah, man, we doing right. We doing all right. It's just me and my dog. Now that's crazy. And you ask a woman like, yeah, yo, you got a man? No, I don't want no man. You sound like a strong woman. Like, I don't want no man. No. I'm just saying, I don't know, man. I don't know your situation. Now, if she didn't say she didn't want anybody. She just said she didn't want a man. So I don't know your situation. Maybe, just maybe, I don't know. Because now we have to be fair now, they say. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, it's real crazy that a lot of people say this. Most of the time it comes from hurt. My boy said he want a pit bull. He would rather have a pit bull than a woman. I tell you, boy, her and her nose against the world. Her and her. Oh, y'all. These boy, these comments is cutting up tonight. Oh my goodness. Y'all hear these voices? Her and her little toy. Oh my goodness. This is a grown folk This is definitely a grown folk conversation tonight. Look at the voices though. I want y'all to hear the voices that is going on right now. That's why not to be honest instead of hurting you. Okay. This what I like. This what I like. Look at the voices that is talking tonight. Somebody says, I'm good for now. I don't need a woman right now. Okay, that's honest. He said right now. Look at that. He said right now. Now I respect that. He says, I'm good for now. I don't need a woman right now. So a lot of times if a man is really trying to heal and trying to find himself, it is okay for him to say, yo, I don't need that right now. I'm good. I want to work on me. I want to build on me. That takes a real disciplined man. And I want to tell every woman who's listening to this, that is a great feature to have. A man that can resist you, you bad, you beautiful, and you can't, and he like, no, shawty, I'm good right now in my life. I'm trying to abstain from that. I can control that. That is a man you want to keep your eye on, because a man with great discipline, he can change lives. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, man, this is crazy. Tonight, I didn't expect none of these comments to come through here. Like, I didn't expect nobody to say this like that. And I was just talking about, if you hear limitations long enough, you will call it your reality. Bro, what happened is, in your limitations, somebody said, it's better to be with a dog than it is a woman. Not even intimately. I ain't talking crazy like that. I ain't gonna put you there. I ain't gonna say that now. I ain't gonna say nothing like that, because that's crazy. I know what you mean, because man's best friend. Sometimes it's better just to have a peaceful dog than to have a woman. Like, so I get that part. I also get the part when you have been hurt and you say, I don't want a woman at all. I would rather. I understand. And you know what? Right now, what I need to do is, maybe you should go. I'm gonna offer a little advice before we release tonight, just in case you gotta go. I don't want you to miss this. I want to give you access to my private community, because evidently somebody have done something to your life. And I have hours and hours and hours of therapy sessions. So I want you to go over to the TRC. Text that phone number, 559-272-4010. And you got I'm talking about hours and hours of therapy session. Because if you want a dog more than you want a woman, and if you don't, and a woman, you don't never want a man. You don't need a man to protect you. You don't need a man to provide for you. You don't need a man at all. It's like, I just don't want a man. Most of the times, I guarantee you, it comes from a hurt place. And it may come from a place that says that you have a limitation, like you can't get a man. You can't keep a man. And sometimes when you say you can't keep a man, it becomes a limitation in your mind. And now you start saying, oh, this is a reality. It's a reality in my life. I can't keep a man. And sometimes this is the reality in a voice that you tell yourself. This is a voice. Because men do this too. Men say there's men I hear say there's no faithful woman. And they believe this so much to where it becomes reality in their mind. So a man thinks, so is he. I'm just saying, this be real life. But tonight, I want to separate what is true from what was spoken. Did you just hear what I just said? I want to separate what is true and what was spoken. See, we separate God's voice. We have to learn how to do that. We have to separate God's voice from people's pain, from people's wounds. I'm just saying, this is a good practice. We need to separate discernment from fear. We need to separate wisdom from insecurity. We should separate your identity from what people said when they was hurt, when they was jealous, when they was bitter, when they was confused, or when they was broken. Yeah, I'm just saying. You cannot heal while still obeying voices that were sent to confuse you. And a lot of these comments we just read tonight, most of this mess is confusion. And it's all from hurt. It's all from pain. It's all from issues. It's all from, and this is why I'm telling you that you have to release. This is why I'm telling you, you have to release. It's like a voice that you hear, it becomes dangerous when it moves from outside of you to the inside of you. When it just becomes a thought, and now it's something that you move in. See, it's one thing for somebody to doubt you, but it's another thing when your doubt becomes your delay. Did you just hear what I just said? It's one thing for somebody to criticize your vision, but it's another thing when their criticism make you stop building. See, it's one thing for somebody to lie on you, but it's another thing when the lie makes you start hiding. And many of you right now, you've been so hurt, you've been put in situations, you start hiding because of lies. See, it's one thing for somebody to reject you. And it's another thing when their rejection make you feel unworthy. See, I guarantee you there's a lot of people that's on this call, you have commented and you have said something about you don't need a man, you don't want a man, you don't want a woman, bro. You say you don't want her, and maybe you like the other differences, and maybe you might like woman on woman, whatever the situation is. It's another thing when rejection make you feel unworthy, and sometimes people make you feel unworthy, and you will rather go without them. That's why somebody could say, oh, I would rather have a dog. I would rather have a cat. I would rather have me a little toys. I would rather have. People say stuff like this because it's just when people make you feel like you ain't worth nothing. I don't even know your story, but I know that there's hurt in it. I don't even know your story, Miss Ma'am, to say, look, I would rather be single. Most women say they would rather be single because every man they had failed them. And most of them feel like, look, I'm not worthy enough. It seems like I can't get the good relationship. And I feel like I'm a better person than the next person. But I seem like I can't get the next because something might just, maybe this is my reality. Baby, we have to change the way we think. You can't tell me that rejection don't make you feel unworthy because I'm human just like you. Rejection would make me feel unworthy. I'm just saying. Rejection would make me, if somebody was like, no, I'd be like, dang. Hey, Lee ain't worthy enough. What's going on right here? That's new. But I'm just saying. And these be real things. So I know a lot of stuff that was said don't really be really what it is. It just be a defense mechanism. See, it be real protection. See, most of you that talk like that, you in survival mode. Did you just hear what I just said? Most people who talk like that, you really are in survival mode. So you have to tell yourself this stuff. You have to tell yourself so you can feel good about yourself. So you can feel good that you're single. You can feel good about your dogs. You can feel good about what you got going on. But at the end of the day, that's really not the really truth. Because if God can bring you somebody right now that's a true helpmate, that can come into their design, into your design, and that can match make with you, I guarantee you're gonna want to stretch out. I guarantee you're gonna be like, oh, I got me a person. I guarantee you'll be like, oh, God bless me. Oh, I'm so happy right now. I never thought this would be possible. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Tonight is not about revenge. When we release tonight, it's not about revenge. Listen to what I'm saying. Tonight is about proving people wrong. Tonight is not about exposing everybody. Tonight is about taking your authority back. Yeah. Taking your authority back over what gets to live in your mind. What's living in your mind right now? What's living in your heart? What's living in your spirit? What's living in your future? You mean to tell me that? Let me tell you something. You mean to tell, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. You mean to tell me that you say stuff like, I would rather be alone than to have a man? That's what you're gonna tell your kids if you got kids when they get grown? Do you know the repercussions of what it is to grow up in a house without a father? So you mean to tell me that you would give your advice, and the advice you give, why would you give that advice? Would it come from a place of healing? Would it come from a place of fear? Would it come from a place of bitterness? 9 times out of 10, it's coming from a place of bitterness. It's coming from a place of hurt. It's coming from a place that is unhealed. It's not a good thing to go around telling people, I would rather just not be with a man. I would rather not be with nobody. I just want to be by myself. I'm sorry, unless you are super spiritual and you trying to give people a different spiritual insight. But if you going around here and you want to get physical with people, that is a bad advice to give my daughter. I see women right now who only got girls as babies, and they babies grow up and they say, I don't need a man because my mama didn't have a man. Every man that came into her life broke her heart. So guess what? I don't need a man. And that's the T. That's what they do. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? And these be the same girls who want to go out here and have a baby. You want to go out here and start a family. So your first initiative is to say, look, I don't need a man. So you want to raise the kids up without a father? You want to raise the kids up without, I'm just being honest. So we have to watch ourselves. We have to heal. Bro, I know she may have broke your heart and betrayed on and cheated on you, dog. She let Lionel get to her. Yeah, I'm just saying, Lionel said he didn't tell nobody. Lionel said he kept a secret. He said he said he didn't know she was being tracked, dog. So he ain't know nothing about that. So you going around here, you mad at every other man? You mad at you saying that you would rather be with your dogs and you would rather be with your homeboys and you would rather go out and do all this stuff, and then every now and then, or you don't want a woman at all because one woman broke your heart. Maybe she told you that, she went to see a man about a horse and she can't come back to a pony. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. I don't have no idea. I don't know your situation. Maybe she say it ain't working. Maybe she say whatever it is. But what I'm saying is this. Whatever she say can be fixed. Because it's in your mind, big dog. There's millions of women out here. There's millions and billions of people. And I think that sometimes when we allow ourselves to get so caught up in these thoughts come to destroy us. These thoughts come to make us feel bad. We have to take our authority back. I'm just saying. We have to take our authority back. Because now we're talking about a future. We're talking about things that's bigger than you. So as we release tonight, I want to get to a very serious place, because release is not just saying that it never hurt. Release is saying that it no longer gets to govern me. Many people who speak from broken places, you have been allowing what you went through to govern your mind, to govern your actions, to govern your reactions. And you are an example of your hurt. You live in an example of your hurt. You don't even know how to let people love you no more. You don't even know how to let the right opportunity come up to you, because everything in your mind and in your voice have trained you that love is not an option for you. I'm just not a firm believer that an animal can satisfy me as a human more than a human can satisfy me. I'm not a firm believer in being an old man and I ain't got nobody. I ain't got no family. I ain't got no kids. I'm not a firm believer in that. When I hear men talking like that, I always say, let me tell you why I can talk like this. Because for years, I was a cable man. Yeah, I was a cable man. Yeah. I went into people's homes, hundreds of homes. I met a lot of people, old, young, broken, miserable. And the conversations that I would have with older generation, like the older people, I would sit down, not even on my break. I'm on the clock, wasting time, acting like I'm fixing the issue, but I ain't fixing no issue. Yeah, I'm telling them I'm running late to the next job because I'm in there talking, running my mouth. I'm asking questions. And you know what this one old man told me? He says that he regret not building a family. He regretted because he's old and he ain't got nobody to give his money to. He's alone. He don't got nobody that care for him. Who wants to be old and alone? I'm just saying. I was literally going in and out of these homes. And when I would talk to older ladies, they would tell me how they regret what they did when they was young and they had all of these regrets. And if they could take things back, if they could do this and they could do that. The first time I understood what love was, I learned it from an old woman. I'm telling you the truth. She told me how she had got a divorce because the man cheated on her. He was a lawyer. This was a white woman. And she was very honest with me. And she said the biggest mistake I made in my life was not giving him a chance because he was a good man. She said, but the hurt blinded me. I left him with all three of my boys. And because I didn't allow him to be a father, one of my boys unalived himself. We was raised in the projects. Because I rejected all help from him. I didn't want him to help me. I was just such a raging woman. I didn't want anything to do. So release is important in your life. I guarantee you, if she can go through therapy and she can go through some sessions and she can go through a moment of healing, I guarantee her life would have changed. And so that's the reason why we do what we do. That is the reason how we can get on here and we can have real therapy sessions and we can come and talk like grown people. You got to talk like a grown person. And I think that sometimes you talk and you think and you act like a child in your mental. See, children don't care about what happens when they break something. Every Airbnb when I'm on vacation, my daughter finds a way to break something. She took a tool out of one of my bags, went and scraped up this table. I had to spend $500 or $700, something like that, to replace a table. And I said, these folks know good and well this table was not worth no $700. But I didn't want to lose my Airbnb privileges. Do you think my daughter really cared? And I'm just saying, in life, as grown people, we do the same stuff. We be out here making decisions, acting like children. We don't care about how it feels to hurt our babies. You go through these divorces and you treat people like trash, and both of you are against each other, and all of this stuff is going on. And now you are giving out advice and bitterness of hurt and pain, and you're not thinking. And this is what happens because you never released that hurt. You never healed. That's why these Friday nights be important, because this is a moment where we come together and we release things. You got to release that hurt. Quit talking about, oh, that never hurt me. It hurt you. Because now you want dogs. Now you want to be alone, but you still want to be intimate. You want to be free. Most people who want to be free, you think that the free life is better, but it's not. You think that the free life is better, but it's not. There's no real growth in a free life. There's no real accountability in a free life. You don't know who's coming and going. You don't know who plugging and who ain't plugging, big dog. I'm just saying, you don't know what's going on. How can you protect something you really can't maintain and call one? Now, unless you, again, you're going to be a eunuch. But this hurt stuff, we got to heal. You got to take your power back. You got to heal. I believe it's in the scriptures when it says that it's in some situations, it's not good for men to be alone. I don't want to build a business alone. And in fact, we have an amazing team that's in the TRC right now. What I do right now, there's a whole team behind me. I'm not alone. I don't want to build nothing alone. I'm sorry. All businesses that I'm involved in, guess what? In fact, you don't even drive. Most of the time, your car don't even work by itself. It got gadgets, it got components, it got things that make it operate all as one. Now, it even have GPS in it. It got all kinds. So what I'm saying is this: companion can be a blessing. Don't let your hurt make you hate companionship. We got to get real now. We gotta talk to that hurt. We got to talk to that hurt, because I just don't want you to think that it's cool to go out and tell your son, look, it's better for you to be with a dog than to be with a woman. I don't want you to tell your son that, because that's not righteous information. And I think that what was said tonight, was said on purpose. God knew I would see that, because I just can't allow that. I'm sorry you've been hurt, but I'm just trying to say, if you hear me and you hear my heart, this is real. If you hear my heart, it is not a wise thing to go out here and tell little kids, I would rather you go and be with a dog than to be with a woman. When these women go through all of the pain and suffering to have these babies. And when these men, these good men out here, go out here and they work hard to provide for these babies. You mean to tell me you would teach your son, go out here, because you're not going to tell him not to be intimate. You ain't going to tell him that. So what's going to happen when he go out here and he starts spitting these babies out? You going to tell him, oh, yeah, I'd rather you be with a dog than be with a woman. No, we can't talk like that. You can't make it be right. I'm sorry. We got to get away from this. You just got to let people discover and do whatever they want to do. I understand that, but we have to still think about our children. I would say, look, if you want to be with a dog, don't have kids. I wouldn't even allow you to even be a role model if you were serious and I knew that it was more a deeper thing. I wouldn't even allow you to be a role. I wouldn't want you to be my son's coach. Shoot. You might tell him, hey, look, it's better for you to learn how to run from dogs. It's better for you to learn everything you need from something else other than we can't neglect the fact that we have to be fruitful. We have to be fruitful with our words. We have to be fruitful with our spirit. We have to be fruitful. And that's the thing that God is always challenging us about. Son or daughter, will you be fruitful? When you're going through and you're hurt, will you still say you're blessed? Can you still speak any good things that is not coming from hurt? I'm just saying. Each man is his own man, but by all means, the voices that you keep allowing to have in your mind, they are shaping your future. And there comes a time in this life, you have to stop it. You have to say, look, I'm no longer going to allow you to have my mind thinking that I'm not enough. Have my mind thinking that everybody is like that person. Everybody is like my pain. And this affects us. This affects so many people right now. There's people right now, they are haters of God because they was done wrong as babies. They came up in situations and people put their hands on them and took their innocence away from them. And sometimes you blame God for the result of the generational curse. I tell people all the time, I say, look, you my cousin, you my family, but God got us related. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I said that to say sometimes in your life, you are in situations that God knew you will be in, but sometimes you become a result. The hurt that will happen to you was a result of somebody else, and they don't think that they didn't get any hit for it. Don't think that they didn't get in trouble for it. So you got to release it. You can't become this one-sided dimensional person to where now everything in your life never goes well and you listen to these voices. These voices are destroying your future. Listen to what I'm saying. These voices are destroying your future. They are destroying your mind. They are destroying you. I'm just trying to help you get to the next level because there's a new you. There's a new you. You don't see it right now. You don't see it. And maybe you do need a season of being alone. Maybe you do need that season to where you have to find out who you is. And guess what? I encourage it. But I can't get with it when you say, I don't need God's creation to help me. And I don't need what he has here for me to really, honestly get me to the next level. Why? I think that your mindset should be, God, heal me and put me in the right position to receive what you have for me. Most people, you stay single and alone and broken because hurt becomes your future because you never release it. You never grow. You never overcome because these voices. I'm just saying. These voices. So look, I want to release tonight. Because release is not saying that it never hurt. Release is saying that it no longer gets to govern me. It no longer gets to have control over my life. That hurt no longer gets to run me. That hurt no longer gets to speak through me. When you hurt, man, you can't even give advice to people. When you hurt, you know why you can't give advice? Because you're going to be bias. You're going to be biased. And most of the time, your advice come from hurt. It come from hurt. Do you know how many women say they don't need a man and they don't want a man and they don't ever decide to ever get with a man? And it's all because they got hurt. Brother did him wrong. She loved him, gave her all. She never thought he would betray her. She didn't even think it was possible. She didn't think it was nothing that he would do to ever break her down like that. Went out there and had some kids on her. Went out there and embarrassed her. Baby is life. And sometimes the enemy will do everything he can to make sure that you don't reach your purpose. He do everything he can to make sure he can destroy what you was built. He do everything he can do to make sure he can destroy your greatness. And sometimes we lose because we don't go through therapy. We don't release things. So look, tonight when I say I release, I want you to say this stuff with me tonight. When I say I affirm, I want you to say this stuff with me. And when I speak life tonight, I want you to just receive it. Because tonight is not just about emptying out. We are filling back up. We are releasing what was wrong. And then we're going to affirm what is true. So the first thing we're going to release tonight, we got to get serious. We going to release the voices of wrong counsel. The wrong counsel. Voice telling you to do things that's wrong. Whether it's coming from the outside or whether it's coming from the inside. Whether it's coming from your mom, whether it's coming from your dad, whether it's coming from your sister, whether it's coming from your brother, maybe it's coming from your friends, your relatives, whatever. We are going to release the voices of wrong counsel. After this, I don't want to hear about you want to go be with a dog and going on Abraham. I don't want to hear, after this, just say, hey, I just need a moment right now to find myself. You see how much better that sounds? We gonna release the voices of wrong counsel. So take a breath. Tonight, we release the voices of wrong counsel. You still may not understand what I'm saying. I'm saying the voices of people who spoke into your life without wisdom. That's wrong counsel. The voices of people who advised your future from their fear. That's wrong counsel. The voices of people who gave you opinions without carrying responsibility. Yeah, the people who told you what you should go do, but they didn't have a way to carry their responsibility. See, there's some people will give you a wrong counsel and tell you to leave a relationship, but they have no money for you. They have no dollar bills. They have no future for you, but they tell you to leave. Now, I can understand if you're in a situation and it's dangerous, you got to leave. But I'm talking about over a few conversations, girl, he coming home every night, girl, all that, but you just can't stand him. You're going to leave without a plan. Those are voices who gave you opinions without responsibility. They told you to walk off that job. Maybe it was an outside or an inside voice who told you to walk off the job without carrying any responsibility. Did you have a plan for me? Yeah, we got to release these voices. The voices to you that is close relatives, but they're not aligned. We got to release these voices. Yeah, even the voices of people who was concerned who sounded so concerned but left you confused. They were so concerned though. They left you stuck. They left you fearful. They left you heavy. And you have a lot of broken people who loves to do this. There's men out here. I'm telling you, I can speak as this because I know how they feel. They will get hurt in a relationship and they will go and tear another relationship up on purpose. And they'll leave a woman stuck so that the other man can feel the same pain he felt. Women do the same thing. We are all amazing creatures, but we all have some issues and some problems that we really have to rectify. And that comes through releasing and healing and having therapy. Because when I told you again, I'm going to say it again. We got kids. If you maybe ain't got no children right now, you got people looking up to you. You got some people that may have kids that may look up to you. See, you might be responsible. What if God gave you an assignment to be a light for somebody else? You gonna tell them all this bad stuff because you hurt? No, let's release this stuff. So look, when you release this, I just want you to say released in the comments. I want to know. So repeat after me. I release the voices of wrong counsel. I release advice that came from fear. I release advice that came from jealousy. I release advice that came from bitterness. I release advice that came from insecurity. I release advice that made me question what God already showed me. I release advice that made me shrink my vision. I release advice that made me delay my obedience. I release advice that made me choose comfort over my calling. I release the pressure to obey every opinion. I release the need to explain my future to people who cannot see it. I release the weight of trying to make everybody understand. I release it. I release it. I release it. Now we're going to affirm. And when we affirm, we're going to do a mini affirmation right now. When you affirm, just say, I affirm. Repeat after me. I choose wisdom. I choose discernment. I choose clarity. I choose God's voice over confusion. I do not need everybody's opinion to obey what is right. I am allowed to protect my assignment. I am allowed to protect my alignment. I am allowed to stop letting wrong counsel lead my life. Pause. I want you to write this down. Not every voice that sounds concerned is a sign to guide you. Just saying. Just saying. So now, we're about to release the voices that give you fear. The voices of fear, the voices of jealousy, and the voices of limitation. These voices are loud in your mind. These voices are loud. These voices, They project a fear in your life. These voices project this jealousy and bitterness. Some people told you not to dream too big because they stopped dreaming. Some people told you to be realistic because they made peace with staying the same. Are you listening? Somebody told you it would not work because they never had the courage to build it. Someone told you, they say, look, calm down, because your hunger exposed their comfort. They told you to even slow down because your movement made them feel behind. And that voice that told you that it was impossible, yeah, they told you that because your faith made their fear uncomfortable. But tonight we're about to release that. These limitations that these voices from the outside put on us. And it echoes so loud and it talked to us and it put us in these limitations things, saying that we would never be able to get what is due to us. We will never be able to get God's best for our life. So we got to release those type of thoughts. Tonight we release that. So as we release, when you say it after me, just say I release. I'll say released. Repeat after me. I release the voice of fear. I release the voice of jealousy. I release the voice of limitation. I release every voice that told me I could not become more. I release every voice that made me feel crazy for believing bigger. I release every voice that made me afraid to grow. I release every voice that made me feel guilty for wanting more God. I release every voice that projected their limits on my life. I release every voice that made me believe I had to stay small to be accepted. I release every voice that made me apologize for my hunger. I release every voice that made me doubt my next level. I release the fear of being judged for wanting more. I release the fear of outgrowing what used to feel normal. I release it. I release it. I release it. Pause. Want to do a mini affirmation? And when you affirm, just say, I affirm. Repeat after me. My future is not limited by what people who never had vision for theirs. My hunger is not wrong. My growth is not arrogance. My obedience is not disrespect. My next level is not up for vote. I am allowed to want better. I am allowed to become more. I am allowed to grow beyond what people expected from me. Pause. I want you to write this down. Do not let people who made peace with average make you feel guilty for wanting more. The third thing we're going to release tonight. We're going to release the voices that made you question real loyalty. Did you just hear what I just said? We're going to release the voices that made you question real loyalty. Yes. Yeah, those voices that made people choose confusion over loyalty. Somebody listened to the other person and started doubting your heart. Somebody let gossip change how they saw you. Somebody let friends or family and opinion and bitterness and broken people, jealous people, outside voices speak louder than your loyalty. And maybe it hurt you because you was real, because you showed up, because you cared, you loved, you stayed, you tried, you gave grace, you was loyal. But they let those other voices make them question what you had already proven. And I know that pain have left a voice in you, and it echoes. That voice be echoing, saying, do not trust people. Do not give them too much. Do not ever be loyal again. You will get your heart broken again. Do not ever open up again. Yeah, that voice, it talks loud. It says, do not let people don't let them get too close to you. Yeah, that voice, it talks loud. I know I can't be the only one. That voice will even say, everybody will eventually listen to someone else about you. No, tonight we releasing those voices. We releasing those voices tonight. So again, I want you to repeat after me. And when you release it, comment release. Repeat after me. I release the voices that made me question real loyalty. I release the pain of being doubted by people I was loyal to. I release the hurt of being misunderstood by someone I loved. I release the wound of people believing outside voices over my heart. I release the anger of being replaced by opinions. I release the sadness of knowing I was real, but still not believed. I release the need to prove my loyalty to people committed to confusion. I release the fear that loyalty will always be punished. I release the belief that being real makes me foolish. I release the belief that loving deeply makes me weak. I release the belief that I have to close my heart forever. I release it. I release it. I release it. Pause. Now we're going to do a mini affirmation. Repeat after me. I will not let betrayal make me bitter. I will not let confusion destroy my heart. I will not let somebody else's weakness change my character. I can be wiser without becoming colder. I can protect my heart without losing my heart. I can still be loyal to what is healthy, to what is honest, and to what is real. Pause. I want you to write this down. Do not let people who mishandled your loyalty convince you that being real was a mistake. Fourth thing we're going to release tonight. We're going to release gossip We're going to release rumors. We're going to release false narratives. Now, I want you to take a break because this one right here, this one is heavy. Yeah, this one is really heavy. This one is heavy tonight. We release gossip. That's what we're going to get ready to do. Rumors and these half stories and these false narratives. Yes. Just saying. Because this is a big thing. This is a major thing. We're going to release the need to defend ourselves in every room. Many of you right now, you are still trying to defend yourself in rooms God have already removed you from. We're going to release the pain of being made the villain by somebody who left out their part. We're going to release tonight the pressure to chase every lie. We ain't doing it no more. We're releasing it. So I want you to repeat after me. I release gossip. I release rumors. I release false narratives. I release half stories. I release the pain of being misunderstood. I release the weight of being judged unfairly. I release the anger of people believing the lie. I release the frustration of people never asking me for my side. I release the need to correct every room. I release the need to explain myself to everybody. I release the pressure to prove I am not who they said I was. I release the version of me that keeps chasing people who already chose the lie. I release the pain of being sentenced in rooms I was never invited to. I release the hurt of being judged by people who never knew my heart. I release it. I release it. I release it. Pause. Now we're going to affirm. Repeat after me. I am not the rumor. I am not the lie. I am not the false version. I am not what they said when I was not in a room. I am not guilty because I chose silence. I am not weak because it hurt me. My future is not in the hands of gossip. My identity is not in the hands of rumors. Because truth will stand. Fruit will speak. And God, He will cover me. Peace belongs to me. Pause. I want you to write this down. I want you to write this down. You do not have to chase every lie when your fruit is still telling the truth. Now, this next one, we're getting ready to release. This is the biggest one. Releasing every voice that made me doubt myself. Right now, take a moment and I want you to identify and recognize every voice that made you doubt yourself. Yes. Because we're about to release it. All week we've been talking about voices. But tonight we ask ourselves, what did those voices make me believe about myself? Did those voices really make me think that I wasn't enough, that I didn't have power, that I didn't have greatness? Did those voices make me believe that I was too much or I was hard to love? Did they make me believe that I was behind? Did they make me believe that I was the problem? Did those voices make me believe that I could not trust myself? I'm just saying. Did they make me believe that I had to prove everything to everybody? Did they make me believe that I had to shrink myself to be accepted? Did they make me believe that my voice did not matter? Tonight, we release every voice that made us doubt ourselves. Every voice that ever made you doubt yourself, I need you to release it tonight. Repeat after me. I release every voice that made me doubt myself. I release every voice that made me question my worth. I release every voice that made me small, that made me shrink. I release every voice that made me hide. I release every voice that made me over-explain. I release every voice that made me apologize for healing. I release every voice that made me feel guilty for growing. I release every voice that made me afraid to move forward. I release every voice that made me feel unlovable. I release every voice that made me feel invisible. I release every voice that made me feel behind. I release every voice that made me feel disqualified. I release the voice of doubt. I really release the voice of fear, the voice of shame. I release the voice of rejection. I release the voice of gossip. I release the voice of criticism. I release the voice of insecurity. Yes. I release the voice of comparison. I release it. I release the voice of people who never knew my heart. They never knew my heart. I release the voice of people who never knew my heart. I release the voice of people who never understood my assignment. Yes. I release the voice of people who judged my healing. I release the voice of people who spoke from their wounds. I release it from my mind. I release it from my heart. I release it from my spirit. I release it from my confidence. I release it from my decisions. I release it from my future. I release it. I release it. I release it. Pause. I want you to write this down. The moment you stop agreeing with the lie, the voice starts losing authority. The moment you stop agreeing with the lie, the voice starts losing authority. Now we're going to affirm, because we know that, look, when we release, it removes the weight. Affirmations, it fills the voice, it fills the space with truth. So say this with me. I am not who they said I was. I am not what fear told me. I am not what shame called me. I am not what rejection taught me. I am not what gossip created. I am not the lie. I am not the label. I am not the rumor. I am not the old voice. I am not the false version. I am not the doubt. I am not the fear. I am not the shame, nor the confusion. I am God's creation. I am still becoming. I am still healing. I am still growing. I am still valuable. I am still chosen. I am still covered. I am still loved. And I am still here. My voice matters. My healing matters. My future matters. My obedience matters. Yes. My life matters. And I am allowed to believe again. I am allowed to dream again. I am allowed to build again and trust again and love again and become again. Because I don't need approval of voices that try to break me. I don't need validation from people who misunderstood me. I do not need permission from fear. I don't need an argument from doubt. I don't need acceptance from gossip. I don't need to shrink to be safe. I don't need to prove myself to be valuable. I don't need to explain to be free, because I choose truth. Yes, I choose peace. I choose healing. I choose courage. I choose clarity. And I choose God's voice over every voice that tried to destroy me. Pause. I want to speak something into your life tonight. I just want to let you know that you're not crazy. Everybody deal with outside voices. Everybody deal with inside voices. You haven't gone too far. You're not what happened. You are not what they called you. You are not what they said when they was angry with you. You are not what the whispers say and what people assumed or misunderstood. You are not what they abandoned. You're not what they failed to love. You are not the version people created when they did not know your heart. And the fact that you are still here, it means something in you refused to die under the weight of voices that tried to bury you. I just want to tell you the truth about yourself tonight. There is power in you. There is purpose in you. There is wisdom in you. There is healing in you. There is another version of you that has not fully stepped forward yet. And that version of you cannot keep bowing to voices that belong to old seasons. Just want to tell you this, that the next version of you cannot be led by the voices that wounded the old version of you.